Hello there, it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist, and welcome to Star Codes, the forecast where we look at an upcoming event in the stars and numbers, the Astro-Numerology, to help us navigate the energy for our highest good. And in this case, we are covering the amazing Sagittarius full moon. Now, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so anything that is touched by this sign and this planet tends to enhance and expand, bring joy, bring blessings, and also enhance whatever you're focusing on. So if it is negative, it will expand as well. So just keep that in mind. Now, full moons are always about contrast because the sun, in this case, is in Gemini while the moon is in Sagittarius. And that creates an opposition in astrology. And contrast is very important because it allows us to integrate and to grow as we learn and evolve through seeing light and dark, to seeing the contrast through mistakes we make, which are part of growth, right? Without them, how would we learn? There's no such thing as being perfect. There's only always evolving, just like the universe. So everyone engages in this contrast, and once a month we have the sun and moon bringing things to a head emotionally, especially about the duality in our life and the polarity in our life. So this will allow us then to bring the polarity into balance, which is what the opposition is, the balance between night and dark, and to have both the divine feminine and sacred masculine within you. So when something doesn't feel congruent, good to you, we have the contrast of that versus what does feel good. And so the same is when we are consciously aware of what we're doing, we then need to also become aware of how the unconscious is impacting our conscious awareness. And that then brings our life into balance as well as we start paying attention and noticing the relationship between the unconscious and the conscious. So your awareness of imbalances in your life is the key to growth. And those imbalances can be thoughts in your mind, how you behave, how our heart feels. Are we congruent, or is something off? You know, the gut feeling here is really key. So what helps us stay in balance and come back into balance is not using labels so much, not categorizing situations and people so much. This becomes really important because the act of categorization or labeling others immediately creates the duality. Me versus you. I'm right, you're wrong. So I'm categorizing. So it doesn't mean we don't have discernment. The discernment is the level of awareness that precedes the label. The discernment comes where we just discern within us what feels right and what doesn't. But it doesn't then jump through the ego mind into the label. So the reason I'm bringing all this up is because Sagittarius governs wisdom and our quest for truth and our belief system. And these are all based on the ability to see polarity, to see contrast, and to understand that contrast is a good thing because it propels us to grow. Now, the 21st century in numerology, 21, is the truth shall set you free. And 21, 2 plus 1 reduces to 3, which is creation. So we create our reality, and that is the truth. And with Sagittarius embodying the quest for truth, Aquarius would like us to, as a fire sign, go on an adventure and take that risk and get out of your comfort zone because you're expanding. And in order to expand, we have to leave the perch. We have to fly. So through that expansion, we gain optimism and faith. And these are key ingredients to the Sagittarius experience. We have greater peace of mind because our positive expectations result in positive outcomes. Now, it doesn't mean we don't experience contrast. It just means that we are actively engaged in proactive solutions and finding those solutions. And that catapults us forward towards success. So in this full moon in Sagittarius, the sun and moon are at 13 degrees. Sun in Gemini, moon in Sagittarius. And the date for this full moon is June 4th, 2023, and that is the date for universal time. So the actual full moon happens at 4:42 a.m. universal time, Greenwich, England, and it happens at 11:42 p.m. on June 3rd in Eastern time and 11:42 p.m. Pacific time on June 3rd. So we have both the June 3rd and June 4th date, but universal time is June 4th, and that date, that whole date, 6/14/2023, adds up to 17, which is the immortality number. That's what I call it, where you leave a legacy behind and you gain a lot of strength. So the combination of the sun and moon at 13 degrees on June 4th, universal time, 13 reduces to 4, 1 plus 3 is 4, which is all about setting boundaries and working and getting grounded, literally putting your feet on the ground, doing gardening, participating in Mother Nature through the 4 seasons, the 4 directions, north, south, east, west. All of that is our earth experience. So the number 13 also governs the divine feminine. We have 13 lunar cycles in a year. We have 13 Venus cycles in all the Venus phases. And we have 13 weeks in a season. Each season, spring, summer, winter, and autumn, is 13 weeks long. So this is a very amazing code of the divine feminine. And then the number 4 and 17 are more masculine numbers. So again, the balance is within the numerology and the astrology. So the beliefs that we hold, mostly unconsciously, that we've taken on, play a major role in this creation of our reality experience. So where do these beliefs come from? With Venus opposite Pluto during this Sagittarius full moon and Mars square Pluto, we are going to really see how much power, which is Pluto, our beliefs have. How much power we have to create our reality and how much our beliefs play a role in that creation process. So Pluto governs power. Venus and Mars are the divine feminine and sacred masculine in our human experience. And so they symbolize the power to create, right? So beliefs can reveal how we manage our energy. Beliefs are literally the programs on which we run our life, and they reveal how we frame our choices. So they uncover the conditions that we apply in using our vital energy to manifest our ideas, our thoughts. And if we look at the results in our life and just look back at what we've created, we see the unique creative outcomes that come directly from the belief programming that we had within us about who we are, whether we're worthy, etc. So those beliefs are collected over time from many sources and keep recreating our reality. We have childhood experiences, we have family programming, we have teachers, mentors, we have religious, spiritual leaders, genetic inheritance, cultural influence, impressions that we've gathered from other lifetimes. And we usually hold those beliefs about ourselves and the world around us without question. And this is why the unconscious plays such a big role, because we don't question what seems like it is totally natural when it is actually acquired and can be addressed. So beliefs naturally make their way into our imagination because they're stored in that subconscious memory, which we draw on that memory, we draw on that subconscious for our imagination. So we perceive the internal and external world from that place. And we qualify everything we think from our beliefs about what we're thinking about. So everything is qualified based on our beliefs. And this full moon in Sagittarius reminds us that our beliefs set us up for either a positive experience or negative experience, for either a sense of accomplishment or a sense of failure. And if your worldview is mostly optimistic, glass half full, you will be self-motivated with a positive attitude no matter what. You'll have this passionate energy that accompanies positivity in general. And so you'll engage in life with joy and enthusiasm, which are huge keywords for Sagittarius. That is the Sagittarian and Jupiter way. But let's say your worldview is more leaning towards pessimism, which can be a temporary place to find ourselves in, whether it is for a couple minutes, an hour, a day, even longer. But in general, if you feel pessimistic or fearful, right, that you interpret reality as something to fear, then you will feel hopeless. You will feel confused, and that confusion arises from feeling powerless. So your encounters with the external world are reflections of your inner reality. You are drawing to you experiences that will help awaken you so that you can take your power back, so that you can feel the ultimate results of being responsible for everything that occurs in your life, every thought, every experience, because you become what you think about. And if you change your thinking, you change your beliefs and you change your life. Your beliefs literally instruct your subconscious on how to behave. And the people in your immediate environment, they are unconsciously aware of your beliefs. They're aware of your expectations, and unconsciously, they feel it. So the more aware you are of the programs that are inside of your mind and the amazing impact they have on you, and you start noticing that, the easier it will be for you to create what your heart desires, because your cells broadcast your energy. Your energy field sends signals to everyone, to the world. It's done through frequency. It's done through telepathy, right? We are in the place now where we are aware, like consciously, supremely aware of energy, of frequency, of telepathy. So your cells hear all your thoughts, not just your words. They hear your thoughts. Your words are very powerful, though, because they bring your thoughts into manifestation. That's why speaking out loud what it is you're thinking carries such a big impact. But the thoughts themselves are heard by your cellular structure, because your subconscious and unconscious are, of course, aware of what you're thinking. So your opportunities, which are ruled by Sagittarius opportunities, they connect you to what you're focusing on, which is deeply tied to your beliefs about your self-worth. And the moon is trine to Mars and the sun sextile Mars, and that means your self-worth, your inner confidence is going to be on positive overdrive. Mars is a fire planet. It's the ruler of the first sign, Aries, and Sagittarius is a fire sign. So Mars's beautiful harmonization to the sun and moon during this full moon will bring you a lot of enthusiasm. It will also activate your natural instincts, because that's what Mars also governs. And it just allows you to tap into passion and fire and independence. And as you feel this energy within you, your creativity then rises, and you literally are being a creator with no excuses. You literally have tremendous momentum. You move forward quickly with Mars. You trust your intuition and create. Now, there's also a beautiful sextile to Chiron from the sun and a trine from the moon, and that brings a lot of healing. It looks at wounds, especially childhood wounds that may be driving some unconscious beliefs, Remember, the Sagittarius full moon is driving the narrative here. So understanding those emotions that are coming up, that are hindering you in some way, is really going to be healed with Chiron's trine to the moon. And you'll have tremendous compassion, which creates balance, because you're not judging, you're not categorizing, you're not labeling, you're just experiencing. So other transits during the Sagittarius full moon is Venus is trine to Neptune. Neptune is in Pisces. This is such a wonderful, creative, romantic, artistic energy. And it allows you to go beyond the limited mind into your imagination and creativity. And you feel this surge of tenderness and love. And you accept others for who they are. It is truly about unconditional love through sweetness and warmth and care and beauty. And then Mercury is conjunct Uranus during this full moon, and that helps with the lower mind and higher mind integrating into one. So that will bring exciting new ideas in general that are inspiring. Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, creates some dynamic contexts. Jupiter is sextile to Saturn, which is amazing for, in general, embarking on a tremendous growth period, especially in the areas of freedom, entrepreneurship, joyful career choices. It's a great time to take a risk, and at the same time, changing responsibilities if needed, getting out of stifling conditions in general, because you need to feel the sense of joy pulsing through your life. Even without any restrictions in your life, you'll still venture out to explore more freedom with this beautiful contact. Now, Mars is square to Jupiter, Jupiter being the ruler of the Sagittarius full moon, and Jupiter is also square to Pluto. And this T-square is still ongoing. It was active during the Taurus new moon, and it does bring you a lot of stimulating energy. Just be aware that you need to watch burning the candle at both ends, and you need to watch being impulsive throughout this whole period, from when you watch this video until after June 3rd and 4th, because you have a lot of energy now to begin something, but you want to use the energy wisely. And fortunately, Jupiter is playing a beautiful role in stimulating that wisdom within you. So with Pluto, again, let's end with Pluto, the influence and power that you wield regarding just in general trusting your heart and being aware of the beliefs that are coming up and really consciously following how they're impacting your life, you will have tremendous opportunities to increase wealth, abundance, financial flow with this square to Jupiter and Pluto. You need to just explore and research internally what it is that is driving you, and also be in touch with mysterious topics and philosophy and, in general, higher education, which Jupiter rules. So go and take a course or uncover secrets that you need to see. They need to come to the surface. You need to be able to lead from a place of understanding and wisdom. So be very clear on the fact that your growth is happening throughout your life, but especially now. You're growing in leaps and bounds, and you need to trust in the benevolence of the universe as you experience the dynamics of polarity. So the more you trust in the goodness of life and that all is meant to be, all is synchronistic, all is part of the greater good in terms of being in the flow and expanding with the universe in a tremendous way, that there is divine intelligence behind all life, that there is this benevolent energy from God, Creator, Source, that there are blessings in disguise for everything you experience. Appreciate it all and be in direct communication with Source, and allow God and Mother, Father, Creator to infuse your life at all times. This energy, I should say, is available to you at all times. So to support you with that awakening, which is happening rapidly right now, I do have a free masterclass, How to Master Your Stars. And it is such a beautiful course that helps you take your power back. And you can access it for free at spiritualmasteryclass.com. And what we cover is the secret to spiritual mastery, the true meaning of your rising sign, the important difference between individuality and uniqueness, your natal sun and natal moon's profound impact on living an abundant, spiritual, happy life, and how to connect with spirit at any time. So to watch How to Master Your Stars, a free masterclass, go to spiritualmasteryclass.com and enjoy that and have a wonderful, wonderful Sagittarius full moon. I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.